Hello everyone, this is our first practice session of our virtual school days while the semester is still technically in. This is a trial run, so it's going to be a shorter session. And yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to stay on the ground because I don't have space in my apartment to move the camera back enough. So just bear with me. Alright, thanks everyone. So we're going to start. Both hands on one foot. Remember on this one, the goal is to bring your forehead as close to your knee as you can. And remember to lower yourself with each breath. You can follow my cadence if it works for you, but I'll be talking a bit. So it's best if you follow your own cadence that meets whatever comfort level that you're going after. We're going to stay here for a bit longer. Alright, come back up to neutral spine. Gonna move on to the right leg, or I guess, yeah, right leg, okay. Remember, the most important thing about the whole session is to keep a steady breath cadence and always keep good posture. Don't bend your back, lower it all at once. Okay, come up to neutral spine. Throw your legs back behind you. Come in to your down dog. Remember to pedal your feet back and forth so you can stretch out your hamstrings. You're going to feel it in your calves and right behind your knees. Okay, now look between your hands. Bend your left knee, bring it to your chest. Hold it there for a couple seconds. Place it in between your hands. Drop your back foot. Lean back. Grab onto your hamstring. Keep your arm over your head. Okay, cartwheel your hands back down to the ground. Kick your leg back out. Pedal your feet for a little bit more. Now do the same with your right knee. Bring it to your chest. Hold it close. Place in between both hands. Drop your back heel. Cartwheel your hands back. Place your hand on your lower leg. Remember to really stretch out your ribs and your sides. Pull your arm as far away from your body as you can. going to stay here for a bit longer. Okay, cartwheel your hands back down to the ground. Kick your leg back out. Push up into your down dog. Remember to pedal your feet. Stretch out your lower legs. Now bring your knee to your chest again. But on your left knee, then splay out the rest of your leg. Have it come to rest on the ground. Drop your hips. Lower yourself to the ground as much as you can. Remember to keep your leg in line with your spine. Lower yourself as low as you're comfortable with. Okay. Place your hands back on the mat, tuck your toes, push yourself back up, keep your knee against your chest, kick it back out, come into your down dog. Take your right knee, do the same, hold it to your chest, and splay it out. Drop your leg to the ground. Drop your hips as well. Lower yourself as close to your mat as you can. Okay, place your hands back on the mat, tuck your toes, push up, keep your knee against your chest for a bit, kick it back out, and start pedaling again. Let me check the time real quick. Okay. Stay in your down dog for just a bit longer. Now drop to your knees. Come to stand on them. Place your hands right on the sides of your hips. Get a nice neutral spine. Then slowly but surely start leaning back while making sure you use your hands to keep your hips in place. If you're comfortable with it, lean back enough to where you can rest your hand on top of your heels. Remember to keep your hips up front as much as you can. Now slowly lift yourselves back up to a neutral spine. Now to counterbalance the pressure we just put on our lower back, bring yourself down to sit on your heels. Spread your knees apart and come to rest into a down dog. I'm sorry, not a down dog, into the rest position. This is so we can we can balance out the movement of doing a bit of a crunch in our lower back. So now we can fully stretch out our backs. Pull yourself away from your waist with your hands so you can fully lengthen out your back. Okay, push yourself up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees up. Come into your down dog. Remember to keep pedaling. And don't forget your breath cadence either. You don't have to follow mine. However, you should be following your own and have it be steady. Okay, we're going to drop to our knees again. Come into a sitting position. Keep your legs in front of you. Come to rest on top of your back. Okay. Now, pick yourself up, pick your waist up. Keep your legs straight out in front of you. Now, when you can, shift your shoulders underneath your back. Clasp your hands underneath your waist. And walk your legs slowly back. Raising your chest up. And come into your final bridge pose. Stay here for just a bit longer. Okay. Lower yourself back down. Bring your shoulders back out from underneath you. Now bring your knees to your chest. Pull them in close. Keep your head and shoulders on the ground. This stretch is good if you bring your knees away, and that's when you do your inhale. Then bring them back close to your chest when you're doing your exhale. As if you were using your legs to press all the air out of your chest. We're going to do 2 more. You should really be feeling the stretch in your lower back just above your waist. Okay. Let your feet fall. Pick yourself back up. Swing your legs back out from underneath you. Place your hands on the mat. Come in your tabletop, tuck your toes, push yourself back up into a down dog. Keep your pedaling. You should be practicing this, and you're getting close when you feel your heels starting to touch the floor. And you're not straining your legs too much. Okay, come into a tabletop position again. But on this one, bring your hands close to you. Keep getting each hand underneath your shoulder. Now on this one, we're going to be raising our left legs up and out. Keep it steady. It helps if you pick a single spot on the floor to focus on. Now you're going to do the same with your right arm. Reach out as far as you can go. And keep your toes pointed as well. Really stretch your leg and arm as far away from your body as you can. We're going to stay here for just a bit longer. Okay, lower both of them back down to the ground. Now place your right hand and your left knee underneath your hips and your shoulders. Find your balance in your tabletop. Lift your right leg back out, toes pointed. Find your balance with this. Extend your left arm to do the same. And stretch them so that both your arm and your leg, stretch them as if you're pulling them away from the rest of your body. All right, we're going to stay here for just a bit longer. Lower your hands and knees, or your hand and your knee back down to the ground. Take a deep breath here. Hold it. Let it out. Now we're in the perfect position to start doing some cat-cows. So remember that with this one, you're going to be arching your back, pushing away from the ground, letting on an exhale. Now we're going to reverse position on our back. Come forward a bit. I guess you're arching your back on the inside on this one. I'm not sure how you use that term. So bring your back down. Stick your butt out a bit. This is where you come for your inhale. Then on shifting your back out, you do your exhale. Now you're going to cycle through these for a bit. You can keep cadence with me, or you can fit whatever cadence is fine for you. Just find what's a comfortable rhythm for you and stick to it. going to do a couple more here. Okay, come down to rest into your resting position. Child's pose. That's right, that's what it was called. Keep your knees together on this one and keep your breath steady, if not slowing it down a bit right now. Remember to have your fingers pull your back forwards a little bit so that you can lengthen your back. We're going to stay here for just a bit longer. Okay, push up into a tabletop position. Get your hands positioned where it works best for you. Tuck your toes, push up into your down dog. Remember to pedal your feet and to keep your breath steady. Alright, let me check the time real quick. Okay. Is that 3 or that's 3? Keep pedaling your feet. Okay. Keep your hands, come back into a tabletop position. This one, you're going to stretch your arm up, opening your chest. Reach your arm up high, so much so that it feels like it's coming out of your socket a bit. Really open up your chest as wide as you can with this. Now, take your arm, thread it through your left arm. Come to rest your shoulder on the ground. And this is where we twist our back in the opposite direction. I'm sorry if you have trouble hearing me since I'm away from the camera. Well, and speaking to a couch. Ha! We'll stay here for just a bit longer. Okay, place your hand on the mat next to your head. Push up, unraveling your arm. Stretch it up one last time. Bring it down to the ground. And we're going to do the same with our left. Open up your chest. Stretch your left arm to the sky or the ceiling as much as you can. Imagine you're trying to pull your own arm out of your socket. Really twist to open up your chest. And thread it through so that we're counter-rotating our spines. Bring your shoulder to the ground. You can lower your arm down or keep it outstretched like this. I just like to do it like this. We're going to stay here for just a bit longer. All right. Place your hand on the mat right next to your head. Push up. Unravel your arm. Reach high as you can. One last time. Bring your arm to the ground. A deep inhale, exhale. This time, take your right arm, stretch it up again, thread it through, but this time, fall into it and roll over onto your back. This is, lower everything down to the ground. This is where we come into our Shavasana. On a normal practice video, we typically stay here for about 10 or 15 minutes. After about 45 or 50 minutes of workouts, thank you all for watching the first video on the channel. It means a lot. I'm hoping everyone in the club is seeing this as a helpful video that might make up for part of missing out on practice yesterday. Please remember in these trying times to continue to take care of yourself. You can do it by watching videos like these. There's plenty of them on YouTube. But also remember to be kind to yourself in the sense that you don't worry or spend time thinking about things that could have been or might have been. Focus on the here and now and on what you can do and what you can't control. Focus on how you can help others and help everyone get through this social distancing period as much as you can. If you got grandparents you can't see or older relatives or even your parents, give them a call. They'd love to talk to you. Just because we have to be stuck inside doesn't mean you can't catch up with people maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Or maybe someone you just talked to last week, but you need to reach out. That's the most important thing when keeping up with your social connections. Don't be afraid to reach out. No matter what you feel like someone may be thinking, it's probably a lot better than whatever your brain has, than whatever horrible situation your brain has concocted up for you. People like to believe things are usually worse than they are. And mind you, I'm only speaking for social situations here. You're thinking about all the anxieties you have regarding those. Take a deep breath and let them all drift away. Typically, what we also do in a Shavasana is to let all the tensions in our body drop to the ground. And it's a bit tricky on the first couple times, but I'll try to walk you through it right now. And it works a little bit better when you go through a full hour or so of practice, when everything's a bit tense on your body. So you get so you have a sensation you can lock onto in your toes or whatnot. But I'll do my best to walk you through it here. Wiggle your toes a bit. Feel the bottoms of your feet. How your skin stretches on top of your feet. And let all the sensation sink into the ground. Feel the sensations on your hamstrings, your heels, and the backs of your knees. Let all the weariness and pent-up anxieties sink into the ground. Take your thighs, your hips, and even your butt, all of which you are clenching to stay upright in your down dog position and to keep your balance for the short practice we just had. Let all of that tension sink into the ground. Now take your hips, your lower back, which we really just stretched out, and even your stomach. Let all the tensed up parts on your back, with this one it's going to be vertebrae by vertebrae, sink into the ground. Remember, when your back is tight, if you practice flexing and feeling the sensations on it, you can learn to unclench your back on your own. Start from the lowest one just above your waist, or if it helps, tighten everything on your back all at once. Flex it really hard, then drop it. Let all of that tension, all that fatigue, all of that worry sink into the ground. Let each vertebrae, all of the exhaustion of it, fade away as you feel each part of your back up through between your shoulders. Let all the tension sink into the ground. Wiggle your fingers, stretch out your palm, feel the sensation here. Let all the tension in your hands, from either holding a pencil or typing in your online classes, or holding a coffee cup with a bit more worry than you used to, sink into the ground. Same with behind your elbows, your upper arms, your armpits, and your shoulders. Let all the tension sink into the ground. Same goes with your face and your chest. Let your chest sink. Feel your ears, wiggle them if you can. Scrunch your cheeks, furrow your eyebrows. Get a sensation of the rest of your face, that you're always moving around to keep whatever face you like to walk around with. Let all the tension slide off the sides and into the ground. Remember through all this to keep a steady breath cadence. Stay here for however long you like. I like to bring my knees to my chest one more time. Stretch out my lower back. We typically stay in the Shavasana just a bit longer, but I gotta cut this video short just for time's sake. Thank you everyone for checking out the first video. I hope it's at least somewhat of a substitute for all the craziness and for missing practice and school schedules and whatnot. And if you're watching this video and you're not in the club, thank you for stumbling onto this in whatever way you somehow did. Remember to take care of yourselves. Remember to ask the people around you how they need help. And be kind to each other. Alright everyone, thanks.